I'm back. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. And actually, let me start moving. And actually, I didn't even go back to even recap on the last thing I was talking about. I know the last video I made, it was about my daughter, my granddaughter birthday. And I was explaining a little bit of the situation that went on. And I guess it was a little bit too personal to put on TikTok because the mother of my grandbaby, somebody sent her the video and she was very upset about it. And I'm not here to make her upset and to say anything negative about the situation. I was just talking my truth. You understand? I would never do anything to jeopardize the relationship that we're all trying to rebuild. You know what I mean? So I took it down because apparently she didn't like what I was saying, so I took it down out of the respect for her and my granddaughter. And I kind of felt away when I was putting it out there. I was like, damn, I shouldn't really be talking about this like this. But I just wanted to free certain things that was on my mind. And it was just a very vulnerable day for me because, again, my sister died on that day. And then it's my grandbaby, it's my granddaughter, her birthday, and I haven't seen her. I want to hug her. I want to kiss her. So a lot of emotions was going on. I'm very grateful that you sent some pictures, some updated pictures of her. She's beautiful. She's growing up to be a beautiful little girl and still shy in her own little ways. And she's just so cute. I love her and I miss her. And hopefully one day all of this will be resolved and put behind us. And we all, both families, we could just live a happy and normal life. And I also got a picture of her oldest, her firstborn son. And I was happy to see him in the pictures too. But anyway, so moving on from that, I talked about a lot of trauma that went in my life, that I had to release. And where I'm at right now, I choose happiness. And you guys need to choose happiness too. You understand? We all gonna go through ups and downs, different levels of situation that happens in our life. and the whole point of it is to conquer it, learn from it, and move on. And I think I have done that in my life. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's plenty more chapters to go, from where I came from. But I'm so grateful that I was able to grow from those situations because not everybody is able to grow. Not everybody is able to overcome those things. They use drugs. They use, eating. They just use something to block out that mental hurt that they've been through in life. They take it out on other people, you know what I mean? It comes out in relationships that you try to build with your significant one or just friendship, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that those things didn't happen in my life, because I'm sure it did. I had good relationship that was destroyed for my own insecurity. I had good friendships that was destroyed because of my own insecurity and trauma that I went through in life, right? So I'm healed from that. But life is a school. So there's going to be always some situation that you got to conquer. Okay? It's going to be always some situation that you got to conquer. But you got to recognize it. Embrace it. And overcome it. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't even know where I left off at. I think I left off with my children when we were all sleeping in one room. And I had to travel back and forth and drop them off, and I was depressed and all that other stuff that went on in my life. But I gotten a lot of help, and even though I not gotten a lot of help raising them, I still was struggling with the person who I was, you know what I mean? And the different religions and schools that I went through, like I told you, when I was younger, I was like 5% when I was like 15 years old. From 5%, I never followed Dr. Farrakhan, but I did read a lot of his knowledge in his books. I became Muslim after that underneath Dr. York, the Ansar community. And then from there, he brought us into Hebrew. And then from there, I became Rasta, and then I started studying Kemet, Africa. Then I became Hare Krishna. And all those walks of religion, those schools shaped me to be the person that I am. You understand? I know there's a calling on my life for me to do higher, for me doing a purpose here. you know, and I know that, you know, not everybody goes through these different schools and religion. Like the new generation, they just jump right the fuck into the nectar. They just like bang. But I had to be in those stages in my life so I can grow spiritually and grow spiritually, grow mentally, grow physically, you know, because the schools taught me a lot. The Muslim taught me how to take care of myself as a woman, how to groom myself, and just different things. So I'm still growing, because you can never stop growing when you're here on planet Earth. You can just never stop growing. Your life will always evolve. It's either you're going to go backwards, stay the same, or keep growing. And I choose to keep growing. Okay, I choose to keep maturing myself as an adult. Okay, I make mistakes like everybody else make mistakes. So, and I'm a forgiving person, because sometimes a lot of people just don't know no better. We don't know no better until we show them better. But when you know better, oh, let's drop my phone. You should do better. Okay. And I'm Aquarius. I'm Aquarius sun. Okay, I'm an air sign, all three, and we're the type of spirit or type of energy that we dismiss people quickly. We don't even want to hear the shit. We don't want to be bothered with the shit. We rather cut you the fuck off and block you out of our mental state. But it will show up later. So it will show up when you do those things. It will show up later in your life. It'll show in your skin, showing your eating habit, and showing your surroundings, your friends. So I've learned in my life to take care of the things that bother me. You know what I mean? Or cause me some type of trauma or some type of hurt in my life. So I just wanted to say that message, you know. I don't even know what I was talking about, to be honest with you. For real. You know, having 3 kids and their father being deported, it was a rough time for me, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for those times. I know I've put some trauma on my kids that I wasn't even aware of, and they're doing their own healing, and they have to find themselves. I can't hold the blame of their trauma, because we choose to come into this world. When you start studying when you start studying the stars and the planets and knowing who you are as an individual, it's a better understanding why you're here. It's a better understanding why you go through certain things in your life. Okay, and I've learned this later on in my life, and this is what I teach my children, and I'm going to teach my grandkids. You know who you are. Know that astrological chart that you left behind to remind you who you are as an individual, and why you're going through these things, and why you chose the parents that you chose, and why your health is the way it is. Okay, because it's all in the stars, it's all in the chart. And because I know that, I will be passing that down to my grands, and my children know this as well. We might not stay on point with it, but when we get puzzled, you go back to that chart and you figure out what the hell is going on. Or go see an astrologist, and somebody can read the stars for you and tell you, hey, the next 7 years is going to be rough, and this is what's going to happen, and here's some crystals for you to wear. Here, eat this way, don't eat this way, pray on this day, you know, stay away from this, and so on. This is what the stars and the planets that you left behind, your astrological chart, you left that behind as a guidance for you to maneuverate in this realm that we are in, Earth, this realm. Okay, you didn't just get kicked out of heaven. God just let you loose. Like, go ahead, try to find your way. These are the things that we left behind to give us clues of what we're supposed to be doing, and why we chose the parents, and why and what, you know, and these are the things that we left behind. So, and a lot of us don't know this, because they don't teach us this. They don't want us to know this. They say, oh, in the Bible it said don't look to the stars, and don't listen to these motherfuckers. Don't listen to them. We left this behind as a guidance for our life that we are down here. We wanted to experience this. We wanted to experience, even if a baby come out and they died, that soul wanted to experience that. Even if somebody dropped down in the volcano and got burnt up and frizzled, they soul wanted to experience that. Even if they've gotten a plane accident or died from cancer, their spirits wanted to experience that. It's hard to believe, but it's true. And you just keep, and you come back again. Some choose to come back, some choose don't. Okay, there's a wheel of life. It starts from the Aries all the way down to Pisces. And you experience every one of those zodiac signs. You just go around the clock until you jump off the hamster wheel. Okay? Until you had enough. So you have to know this about life, because that's what it's all about. Enjoy it. Choose happiness. And when things get rough, just know that there's a reason and it doesn't last long. But don't block it with substance and abuse, being abusive to somebody or somebody being abusive to you or whatever, okay? But anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to go back and listen to a little bit of what I said. And then maybe I'll come back on and do some more talking. Maybe I won't, maybe I'll leave my journey right where it's at so I can move on to the next part of my life, which is I choose happiness. And I am abundantly rich, spiritually, financially, with love, physically, everything. Okay? So yes, I love y'all. And until next time. All right, y'all? All right, later.